So yes, I love what Shira is doing.
If anybody marries somebody after 1 week, they dumb. I'm sorry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you dumb enough to do that, I'm sorry for you. I can't deal with dumb people. I mean, smart people, they know better. Dumb people, desperate people will do anything. Get money, be smart, have options. That's what I always tell people. If you dumb, I can't help you. There ain't no way anybody can help you if you stupid. She said she learned from me. Well, she didn't learn how to be smart. I tell people all the time, don't say my name if you are desperate and being pygmisha. Don't claim me. If you are desperate and you're not smart enough to get the bag, flip the money, have options. If you stupid, don't claim me. If your IQ is low, please don't claim me. I teach women to be smart.
She said, if you're dumb enough to be desperate to not get the bag, flip the bag, then have options. Meaning, if you are dumb enough to actually want to find a man and fall in love with that man and be with that man, not use him for his money, not use that the investment, your return on that investment, use his money to then flip the money that you get from this man to then create more options of men. Do you hear this? And that's not even the half of it. I mean, there's layers here. Just her whole entire demeanor, her pride, her condescending attitude towards ISIS, knowing what ISIS went through, right? So there's a way that we can conduct ourselves. Like, we can choose to say, you know what, even though I personally don't take full responsibility for what ISIS chose in her life, I do want to acknowledge that she said that she was religiously watching my content. And if that is what she heard from me, then I am sorry. I am sorry that that is what she received from me. Or not even apologizing, but just some sort of compassion, right? But let's listen to what else she has to say.
Not desperate. If you're desperate, don't claim me. I'm sorry. But if you're sitting out there, you learned everything from me. Did you learn how to be smart? Did you learn how not to be desperate? Then you didn't learn from me. You learned from whoever putting clips out on TikTok 30 seconds long. You didn't learn from me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did you learn from this channel or did you learn from 30-second clips on TikTok?
And the other thing is, ISIS said specifically that she watched Shira 7. I mean, she studied her. Like, I don't think she was just watching 30-second clips. I can't speak for ISIS, but just based on what her story was, that's not what it was. She studied this woman. And do you notice how she says sprinkle, sprinkle between each word like this? That's an incantation. That's a literal, that's spell work right there. Sprinkle, sprinkle is her whole brand, but it goes back to this witchcraft brand that she started as. Over time, she tried to water down her witchiness to the public, but that doesn't mean she's still not a witch. She's been a witch. She is a self-proclaimed witch. I'm not just calling her a witch out of nowhere. And so just the level of non-compassion and the level of pride is just really, it's hard to see. And I encourage everybody to pray for ISIS, pray for Shira 7, because they're bound. They're bound by the devil right now. And it's really hard to watch.
I didn't put those out. You didn't learn from the YouTube channel? Did you learn over here? Did you learn what I said after 30 seconds? Did you hear what I said after sprinkle, sprinkle? Or before? Did you hear that? Did you hear what I said, stop being desperate? Did you hear what I said, don't be a pygmisha? Did you hear when I talked about background checks? Did you hear when I talked about all this other stuff? About not dealing with men if you have kids until they're old?
Wow, so much compassion, right? So much. She's a woman's woman, huh? She teaches women, and this is how she reacts when she hears a woman has gone through serious, life-transforming trauma where her kids will be impacted for the rest of their lives. Her daughters won't ever forget that. So these are the people we're dealing with, and this is the same woman who ISIS claims she has no regrets following her advice. She literally went on live public forum and called her stupid, called her dumb, called her desperate, called her a pygmisha specifically. She called her names. And Shira 7 reacted before Isis Morales went on the Hardly Initiated podcast and said that she doesn't regret taking her advice. And she still seemed to talk about her as if she honored her and she thought highly of her, which again is a clear indication of being spellbound in someone's hex. This is so concerning to watch. It really is. I have 2 more clips for you I want to show you from Shira 7. One of them from a few years ago where she is showing women how to do things in a witchy way. Because again, no one seems to be talking about Shira 7 being a witch. I keep saying it over and over and over again. And I'm not trying to condemn this woman. This is exposure. I'm trying to expose and create a dialogue about how we need to start seeing this stuff for real. Like, there are so many Christian women that follow Shira 7 and many other modern dating coaches. And it's jaw dropping to see how many people are not discerning the types of information they're getting from people. It has to be talked about more. It has to be talked about more and more and more every single day.
Hi, it's your Star Goddess. Okay, so I have this crazy idea and I'm just going to go for it. Okay. The topic of this video is going to be how to keep your man in line using witchy things. Witchy ways to keep your man in line, okay? And y'all know I don't go by threefold law, so
we're not actually going to listen to that advice, but this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is one of her pages, a Shira Goddess. This is witches stay paid with knowledge. She's doing this now. This was streamed a month ago. So people keep calling her a dating coach. She's a witch that teaches you how to manipulate men. She's not a dating coach. Witches stay paid with knowledge, sound frequencies, and the occult. Rebuke Brokey's spirituality. Oils and potions haul. Chit chat about our witchy potions.